Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, the engine froze for a moment, and then I think OBS crashed in the background. So, not sure if we are back, if you can hear me, if anyone is still there. So, I'm sorry about that. It was just way too much happening at the same time for some reason. And yeah, that kind of hung my computer for a moment. So I'm just closing a few things here that don't need to be open. I think the rest is fine. So I managed to save everything, so I didn't lose any progress, anything. So that's good. Apart from that, I might even stop here now, and hopefully it's I find a solution to the problem that I have here. I wanted to do something else. So everything here is saved. We need to get back to the bone scaling issue and capsule issue. I might need to check the Unreal Slackers and ask there. And I should also look into just asking on the forums. I can't think that nobody had that issue before. So there has to be a solution to this. I will end this project here. I'm closing this project down. Switching from MagicAle to the other project and show you what I have in there. But there are also a few issues in there. Main issue on all of these is my apparently lack of math knowledge, and it's causing issues. So let's just close this and open another one. And I also might need to close down the engine for a moment, just so that it's kind of cooling off. Maybe, yeah, kind of. It just froze and everything stopped. So I managed to save everything that I was doing, and now I just clicked on clothing the engine and I'm waiting for that to happen. The moment it's not freezing, I hope it's just clothing it. And then I will have a look at the Settlers clone, or Settlers-like game that I'm working on. It's not really a clone because I'm taking my liberties with it. But this needs to shut down first. I hope it's doing that soon. Yeah, and to the other thing, I need to figure out, just ask in forums and on Discord and stuff like that. Maybe I can find a solution. As I said earlier, I'm not sure if you heard that. I can't think of being the first that runs into that issue. There has to be a solution for that somewhere out there. But let's switch to something else. Have a look at that. Maybe figure out a few issues there and then stop for today. Okay, it's loading up all of stuff here. Good. Let's show you the game that is here at the moment. We do have some resources here that were spawned in as actual actors in the world. We have a lot of goblins running around, male and female goblins. And we can assign specific buildings here. So let's just say you want to build that there. Then we can assign a builder and assign some carriers. Let's just assign 5 of those to one builder. And we do have a female goblin here picking up the hammer, being the builder. She's running here, and now she's calling for resources. And here they are bringing resources in. So I bring some planks, and then we should be able to build this. We need 5 resources, 5 planks in this case. So it should be enough. The problem at the moment is they are bringing the resources, then they go back and bring more resources, even though we already have enough resources here. That's something I need to figure out. And the other issue is pathfinding and fixing all the issues with that. Once they deliver stuff, they go back to over here and just wait there for a moment before they should get more stuff, but in some cases they pick up more resources than they need. But in this case we got lucky. Okay, we didn't get more resources here than we needed. And then we can assign some workers there. So we get people running in here, grabbing tools, and then start chopping wood over here. Our builder is still standing here. That's kind of a bug. She should have gone back to the base. I think that she might be stuck there now, which means if we want to build something here, She might not be able to get there. Yeah, no, she's stuck there. So what we need to do is unassign her. And now we have one tool resource lying around there. And she's just running around here. Another issue is that she's a slacker now, but she still has that damn resource on her. And that will cause issues. I thought I fixed that, but apparently it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Problem is, if we go here and assign a new builder now, we might not get the right one. And the other issue is, oh wait, let's see. Oh, we did get a new builder, so that worked. Did we get a new one, or is it? Oh, it's the same one. So what we have now is something even worse. She dropped her tools over here, and she still has her tools. So we duped an item in the world. But I mean, we can build this here now. Which seems to be working, and if they can deliver the last plank, then yeah, okay. So that part kind of worked. Now we just wait for her to finish this. Can assign 2 more workers here, because we do have 2 more tools, and they should be able to use those. Let's see, we do have 1 that worked. Let's see. The other stuck here? No. Okay, so for some reason only 1 assignment worked. But once again, she's just standing there and not going back to the base. And here we have that rock breaker standing around, and this rock breaker standing around, even though we still have a tool here. But for some reason they can't find the tool, or I'm not sure. They're just stuck. I could debug them, but it's in most cases they're just stuck and can't do anything anymore. Here we have something that kind of works now. So the rock breaker here drops off a rock at his workplace, which he kind of chopped off there. Let's see. Can't really see him because he's inside of that rock. And in some cases, there should be a way for them to pick up resources and drop them off. So this guy here, the carrier, picked up the resource and wants to drop it off, but for some reason he's blocked. Just need to make the radius bigger for them to drop off resources, or I need to figure out other things that's wrong with pathfinding. Another issue here is that we have those 2 just standing around here. And not doing anything. And that kind of happens if for some reason, I really don't know, I set these resources up to scale in the construction script. And every time they pick up parts of the resource, it gets smaller. But in some cases, the trees or the rocks only, or they run the construction script the first time they hit the rock. And then in some cases the rock gets bigger or the tree gets bigger and they are stuck in it. And I haven't figured out why that is happening, because that should not happen. When I set stuff in the construction script script usually is called once at the beginning when I set stuff into the world, and not when we kind of use it. So I can unassign those. We don't need them. They are just standing around. What I can do with those two here is basically the same. They can unassign them. Now she's a slacker and she dropped her tool, but they are not recognizing those tools. So this guy is completely stuck. I can't even select him anymore. He's completely gone. Let's see. Maybe we can assign another worker here. Yeah, maybe, but I haven't even set them to harvest those. Because before we can harvest them and use some, we can use them for eating, okay, but we can also use them for brewing beer or something similar to beer. Okay, so I assigned her to be a tree chopper. She still has a tool resource on her for some reason, but she doesn't do anything. If I set her back to a slacker, she dropped the tool, but she still has a tool on her. So that's definitely wrong. We do the same here with our builder. Unassign her, and she still has a resource on her. So there are a few issues still, but in some cases it works quite nicely. Then we also get this issue here, which should never happen, but it does for some reason. We are getting resources that are pending kill. So I'm at the beginning, I was using Destroy Actor and just throwing away resources, recreating them, spawning them back in and stuff like that. But I changed this to a pool system. So I have a pool of, I think 600 or 800 resources in the background that I'm taking from, putting back and stuff like that, so that I'm never, that so far I never needed to actually destroy an actor anymore. And the only reason why an actor would be destroyed is if it's flying out of the world, basically. And that's just a damn physics issue that I haven't figured out yet. So it's a nice project, and sometimes it works quite nicely, sometimes it just breaks down completely. So you have seen here, for some reason they didn't do anything to the trees here. But in some cases they're just hoarding resources there and they are never collected. In some cases they try to collect them and then get stuck in here, and I even had the case where they collected resources and they delivered them. So they basically never got rid of the resources that they had in their hand, but the resource number went up like crazy. So that was kind of an issue. I deactivated that function after that, I think. I'm not sure if it's still in or if it's in again or something like that. So just assign a few less carriers here so that they are less likely to get stuck on each other. And as you can see, if they are carrying stuff, they are slightly slower. Or not slightly, they have half the speed they have before. So takes them a bit longer to carry stuff around the world, basically. I'm also using a render target for kind of plotting pathways and stuff like that. And in this case here, this spot, they always go there and go away from it, so it's clearing out of grass, and it will clear out of the grass texture as well. So they're running back, getting more resources. Two are delivered. We need, let's just, let's see, we get there. Yeah, this one should also go back here, pick up another resource. So that works. So if it's a small amount of carriers, then it works. Could go crazy with those, and you can try that on the next build here, down here. Maybe that works. And then we can just assign 10 carriers and they will all run to the resources and try to pick them up. But then we might lose most of the resources there. In a specific way, it's fine that that happens. In other ways, it's not that good. And it's fine in that regard, but those are goblins. They are messy. They push each other out of the way. They want to, if they have to do a specific thing and two are at the same spot, they might fight for it, something like that. Okay, now we have picked up one resource that we don't need at the building site. Let's see what's happening with that. My guess it's just dropped and will never be used. And they will never find it again. That's the other issue. So, let's see. This is... Yeah, okay, they deliver that. We delivered 6, and yeah, it's gone. So we can't build anything more if the tree choppers here are not working properly. And the carriers carry back the resources. So let's have a look. Yeah, we get 2 of those. Let's see what's happening with the trees. Few small collision issues. Okay, so tree got smaller, this got bigger, and now they are stuck. Awesome. So my trees are broken. Let's build a rock breaker camp down here. Let's assign a few more carriers. Oh, and we might have lost some of the water because I might have moved that. Yeah, okay, so now the carriers are stuck. They're just standing around here, not doing anything. Okay, let's assign a few more workers here. Let's see if this works. Can she chop down a tree? Maybe one of the trees that others are stuck on. That would be awesome. Or does she go to a new tree and get stuck herself? Yay! She got stuck herself. The tree ate her. Oh, damn it. Yep. Okay, so much for that. And so there are a lot of issues still in the game that I need to fix. Yay. Let's have a look. Issue number 1 is this monstrosity here. So it's rather simple on the side if they are slacker. They should stop being at work, should stop building, drop off all their items. So they should drop off items, and they should drop off all stuff that they have on their resource component. And for some reason that doesn't work. I mean, they drop off something, but they keep what they have on their hand. So I might wait. So drop all items for each of them. Maybe I'm just not killing this. I'm just saw that I'm doing all this stuff here for the item, but I'm not removing this from the list. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. Let's see. So what we need to do here is we just set the, so on this, oops, set the array element on this index. Okay, and then we need to get the, you need to get that element and reduce the amount by 1, otherwise remove the element. Okay, so let's see. Get reference, get this, break. So if the amount is bigger than 1, we want to set the array element. And here we are getting the resource and we are getting the amount. -1. If that is false, then we want to remove that. Wait, this is, should be bigger than 1, not smaller than 1. So if that is false, we want to get our remove index. Good. Still in the loop, and then we get the finish execute when this is finished. Good, okay. Not quite sure if this works in a for each loop, but let's see. That should at least set the... If this doesn't work, then we need to call it here before we do the finish execute. But doesn't matter that much. Good. That should hopefully get rid of the items that they still have on them and they drop them. And here they are getting items from the pool. That's correct. And they're set it's not in use. And basically it just drops from their hand, as you have seen earlier. So that's good. But the problem is that it's not assigned to anything. So I do have on my town center, I have some lists here, or some arrays. I have the pool, I have the total resource items, and I have the harvested resource items, and I need to rename this to available resource items because it's more what this is. So available resource items, because those are the ones that we can pick and use to build. The harvested items need to be brought back to base first. Even though I'm not 100% sure if I want to have those two lists. Because I need to push between them, and it's a mess. So we might need to change that at some point. But this here is my pool of this is the whole resource pool, and at the beginning of the game I'm setting that. So construction script now. Is it on begin? Yeah, on begin play for the town center. The town center is always there in a map. It's the first building you have where all your characters are spawning from. And this is the only time I'm spawning in actors. Or at least item actors. I'm spawning in goblins, but that's fine. Goblins shouldn't be destroyed. I might need to add a pool to them if they are getting too much out of hand, but shouldn't be an issue, I think. So here I'm spawning as many as I need, so I get the last index of the pool. In this case, it's 549, so we have 550 in our pool. That should be enough for the beginning, even though at some point I had over 1,000 of a resource type, and then I would need to push the pool up. But I can resize the pool later, that's not an issue. So if I run into that issue that they no longer can get anything new, then I need to resize it. And then we are going through all the resources that are on the town center at start, and we are spawning them in. Can't speak anymore. And that kind of looks like this. Just appearing there, a specific location for each resource. And once all that is spawned in, the goblins start coming in. Even though I might want to remove the numbers of goblins at the beginning, so that they're not blocking each other that much. Because as you can see, pathfinding is an issue. They want to get to that spot, but they can't really reach it, and they are running in circles. But I told them to, okay, pick a random spot in a large radius around that and just go there, so that this spot is less crowded. But they still get stuck sometimes. And the more goblins we have, the more they get stuck and cause issues. Let's have a look here in this one. We can change the numbers of workers that we start with. Let's put that to 50. Just double the amount there. And then it's a lot more goblins running around doing nothing. Just be in the way. Let's assign builder. And let's assign some carriers. Way too many carriers that we need. So what's happening now is that all the carriers that I assigned pick up all my wood resources here, because they think, hey, we need those. They need to be brought to the building site, and we don't have any wood anymore. So we have a lot of wood over here in a moment, and this will be finished, but no other building will be done. That's kind of the issue there. And they get stuck here. So now we have 5 delivered, 6 delivered, and now it's done. Some of them still have resources on them, and they should bring them back here and drop them, but I doubt that this will work, and I'm also doubting that they are be added back into the pool here. Or if they're added in here, then they might cause other issues. At the moment they can't even get to that spot to drop off anything. So let's get some workers in here. Yeah, we still have 0. And as you can see, they are running in circles. and they're not dropping off anything. And the ones that are in the middle might try to get out, but they can't because they're blocked by the other ones on the outside there. And we have a lot of goblins running around in here, not doing anything. Let's see, did they manage to? Nope. So for some reason, my tree choppers are broken. No matter how many I assign, they all get stuck. So that's not good. Yeah, here we still get this issue that for some reason some resource fell through the world and was killed as a result, or was destroyed, and pending kill here. And we get a null reference in our hut. That should never happen. But it's happening, and it's always happening for the same resource. In this case, resource number 6. Yay! And it's causing a lot of issues here. And then here it's even worse than that. It's just assigned none, but it's always the same thing that's causing that. And I haven't figured out why. Nothing I can do in here, basically. I can just look at this. Okay, yeah, nice. The only thing that I can try to do is make sure that, okay, all of this is valid and is not, yeah, the town center is valid, the resource is valid, and all that stuff. But I kind of hate putting in is valid checks for every little thing that I have in the game. So it's apparently I need to do that. It's annoying. So only if that thing is actually valid, which shouldn't be the case here. So only then should do something with it. So it's kind of strange that this is happening. So let's see if we can get this to work this time. Even though I haven't checked the trees here, so I might want to change some of what's happening with those. Even though I find it strange that the construct script is called more than once. Okay, so now that is done. Okay, they picked up one of the resources here because they thought they should bring it over here, but now they're just running around with it and not doing anything. That's not good. Probably get stuck again. Yeah. They get to it, the size changes, and they get stuck. So let's figure this out. So let's go to the base and see. So on the construction script, we are calling init. Init is setting this. So as far as I remember, the construction script is called when it is placed in the world or spawned, and then not again. So I might need to change this to not use the construction script but begin play. See if that changes anything. But what it's doing, it's getting the static mesh, set the scale for it, and calculates that random value here times 100, truncate that, and then that's the amount of resources we get from it. And okay, they also randomly rotate that and then set it active. So begin play should have been called by now for the trees. So if I'm seeing a tree change in size upwards, then it's definitely something I don't understand why this is happening, and it's definitely a bug. So let's see. Because if they walk to the tree, then they should have found the tree and also found a path to the tree. So they should also find a path back from the tree. So it's strange. I also need to change the collision for these. So at the moment I'm using the collision boxes from another mesh, and that's why they're avoiding this open space and just walk through here, because this here is blocked off, or parts of it is blocked off at least. Okay, let's assign some dollars there and see what's happening. Okay. not builders, wood choppers, tree choppers. Yeah, tree choppers. So, what are they doing? They walk up to the tree, and the tree changes size and they get stuck. I mean, it's okay that it gets smaller, but why do they get stuck there? Doesn't make sense. Okay, let's have a look at this. So this part works. They get stuff, they equip that. We see, okay, we find nearby tree. Then we move to that. That also works. Then we look at it. Do they get stuck with looking at it? Then let's not look at that. Just eliminate anything that could cause issues here. They don't need to look at this. It doesn't matter that much. So in here, so we have the resource actor key, and then we tell it to gather resources. If that was a success, then we are telling the AI to gather wood, gather stone. So basically just set those so that they play the right animations. Once that is done, we get an item from the pool, and then add that to the harvested resource list. We set all this stuff to no collision, no physics, and set it as carried mesh so that they are holding that in the left hand and bring it back. Then they're slowed down and they walk. Or they're done with that. So why is it not doing that properly? Where is it getting stuck? Let's find out. This part still works. So builder, carriers. So there are the resources. Okay. This should be done in a moment. Okay. Now we assign workers, and Let's go here and find that worker. You are a tree chopper? Yes, you are. So let's have a look what you are doing. No, that's not the one we want. We want that tree chopper. You. Why are you completely stuck there? What's your issue? Okay, so the issue is in gather resources. Which one is the one that we are checking? It's 7. So on controller 7. Wait, what is this? Gather resource 0. Okay. Oh, what the hell is going on here? So if target actor is set. Oh, deliver target. Deliver target is set. Okay, then it should move to that, but why? That's strange. Why is it not getting this done properly? So they are at work. This is set. The target actor will be set here. You can also get decorator on this. And only do this if it's not set. Target actor is not set. Okay. So then we run this query, otherwise we are doing this here. We move to it and we gather resources. And if we gather the resources, let's see. Okay, I know what's happening here. For some reason, I know. I added in this resource type none after everything else was set. Just to get rid of resources on them when they are carrying stuff around. Last time I saved the project, it did save them as, it showed me them as wood. That's no longer the case. So I can't get anything that's not set properly. So that's the issue there. So edit that and set this to wood. Yay! Good. Let's browse to that, and let's also change this for the other one. Because I'm quite sure it's broken here as well. No, it's not. Strange. So here it's set to stone. Good. Now they should be able to chop those trees down. Okay. So that was the issue there. Okay, this should work now. Because now they know what kind of resource they will get. Otherwise, what was set to none, so they didn't know what to do. Which kind of makes sense, even though, like I said, last time I looked at those trees, they were set up properly. Okay, let's assign 2 workers here. Because we had 4 tools, and we have 2 workers for the tree chopper camp, 2 workers for the rock breaker camp, basically. So let's have a look. Do they do anything now? Yes, they do. Awesome. Okay. And what's happening now is that they just bring back resources, throw them in the middle of the camp there, and then get more resources, hopefully, if they're not getting stuck for some reason. Which looks like it. So let's unassign her. Oh, why did she drop 2 of them? No, she didn't. Okay, that's just shadow here. So what the hell is going on? Why are they stuck there now? Why do these guys here not do anything? Why are they delivering stuff that they don't have? Or they are not delivering anything, but looks like they try to deliver stuff here. Why? They're stuck in that loop, basically. Yeah, it's just dropping off stuff that is not even there. Yeah. You don't have anything in your hand. Why? What are you dropping? Ah. What is happening? Wait. So, damn it, I'm not in the right mode for this. I need to restart and then. Okay. So for some reason they get stuck when delivering stuff. I think these here have the same issue. No, they don't. They're just standing around doing nothing. Okay, let's just drop everything. And assign someone else to this. Okay, the issue here is she just picked up another tool. Why did she pick up another tool? She already had one. Okay, now she's just standing around. Okay. Yeah, that's that's that for the moment. I think I need to look into that tomorrow and figure out why they are getting stuck. The funny thing is that that stuff worked yesterday, and I haven't done anything on the project since yesterday, and now everything is broken. But that happens to a lot of projects I'm working on. I'm not sure why. Just reopening them and then they are broken for some reason. So, quite strange. Okay, I should be back next week with MagicAle, and I don't think I will stream tomorrow. I might work on this project here tomorrow, but I might not stream it. So, not sure. So, yeah, I should be back next week. That's something I'm sure about. So, see you then. Bye bye. Wait, was I on the wrong scene the whole time? Damn it. Okay, so, and